What's going on? My name is Steph. Welcome back to my channel, Mountain High Life. A week of training. Here we are. So if you didn't know, I'm training for my first 100-mile race this summer, and I'm at a point in my training where I'm not only increasing my volume in mileage, I'm increasing my vertical gain and time spent on trail. And because of that, I'm doing a lot more running throughout the week, which has required a lot more shoes, apparel, running gear, and nutrition to be utilized in my day-to-day life. And I thought it'd be interesting to not only take you through just a week of running at this point in time, but to showcase some of the gear and apparel that I have been using that I've really come to like and the reasons behind my choices that I have made for said gear, apparel, shoes, nutrition, etc. I'm a total gear, apparel, shoe nerd. I love hearing about why people like certain things and what works for them. So I thought I would share, why not? I do want to give Jonji a huge shout out. I seriously love all of their apparel and it's such an honor and pleasure to work with them. So if you don't mind, if there is anything that you see in this video that piques your interest, click the link in the description, use my code Mountain High Life for 10% off your order. It means so much to me, and also I can promise you that their apparel is just top tier, well thought out, well engineered with the trail runner in mind. So huge shout out to Jonji. Thank you so much for partnering with me, believing in my channel, and making the best running apparel. For today's video, like I said, I am increasing volume in regards to mileage, time on trail, and vertical gain throughout the week. So I am kind of pushing myself, pushing my boundaries, and I'm excited to take you guys along. So without further ado, let's jump into Monday's run. I also just wanted to say, given the fact that I am going to be talking a lot about gear, apparel, shoes, nutrition, everything, and a lot of discussing the reasons why I make the decisions I do, it is a little bit of a longer video, so I do apologize. Hopefully you don't mind me yapping too much, but if it doesn't suit your fancy, it's all good. I totally get it. So I did just want to say, if you make it through the video, I really hope you enjoy the video. Thank you so much for watching, and now we'll actually get into the running. What's going on? It is Monday, April 21st, and I am here to do my first run of the week. Today's run is going to be just over 11 miles. It should have about 1,700 feet of elevation gain. It's going to feature just nice, smooth, groomed single track, as well as some technical, a little bit punchy climbs, and then a good punchy descent for fun. Kind of a mix of everything. So for today, I have on the Chile hat. This is just their Go cap, nice and perforated. I then have the Pit Viper Execs, which are my favorite sunglasses pretty much ever. I've had these for over a year now. I did go with the bright light lenses, so I'm gonna wear the black lenses today. For a top, I have on the Circaday tank top. This is just a nice form-fitted, very light, comfortable tank top. And then I have on the multi-short, and I have loaded these pockets up with my AirPods, chapstick, and car key. Car key is in the locking S-Beaner pocket. Now, for some of my weekday runs, when I'm doing kind of that mid-distance, and mid-distance being anywhere from, right now, it's pretty much been 9 to 12 miles. I've been using a handheld. This is the Camelback handheld. I'm so sorry. I will put the name of it here on the screen, but I've really been enjoying this. It comes with a podium insulated bottle. I love the bottle. I've put ice in it, and most of the time the ice will stay there for the majority of my run. So it keeps my beverage liquids very cool in here. Today I put in some grape Tailwind, and then I have 2 Science and Sport gels in the actual pocket on the handheld, so we are loaded up with nutrition. And then on my feet, I have the La Sportiva Mutants. I enjoy these shoes for runs just like this, kind of this mid-distance run. Usually with groomed single track in particular, they have some pretty stout lugs on the bottom of them, so they just add a little bit extra grip on just more smooth terrain, which I really appreciate. They also have a built-in gaiter that I really like. So that's kind of the kit for today. We're gonna get out, we're gonna push the uphill just a little bit, not anything too crazy. Without further ado, let's get on trail and get Monday's run done. Alrighty, 5 miles in, about to have our first gel and also start the big climb for the day. Feeling pretty good, feet feel good, so we're just gonna get this gel down and hopefully crush some climbs. Alrighty, climb is done. Now we get to descend for a little bit. It's a little chonky here at the top, but it smooths out real nice, and hopefully we'll just get a good rhythm and flow right back to the car. Got about 4 miles left, 4.5. Monday run is done, and that was freaking awesome. I felt so strong on that. The grape tailwind was just so good. So good. I would consider getting that, like a big bag of it, because it's just really refreshing and the flavor's really light. Very easy for me to drink. I'm just keeping it moving right now because I really got to get home and get to work, but really strong effort. So as far as the gear goes, I feel like the Mutants were such a good shoe for that run, especially to have like a good strong kick in the Valley Trail on that smooth single track. The lugs are so deep that it just gave me a really good toe off in just kind of like sandier dirt trail. So that was a win. What I didn't think about, this is all on me. So normally when I do my handheld bottle, I wear either like the John G Trail Tight or the Pace Short, which have pockets big enough to put your phone in. And unfortunately, the Multi Short does not have a phone pocket capable of holding the iPhone 16 Pro Max, massive phone. So I had to carry a handheld and a phone in both hands the whole time, which, like I said, that's my fault, but I really do love the handheld. Outfit was really comfortable. I feel like I got a little sun today too. Wrapping up the first run of the week feeling really strong, really proud of that effort, and really excited to see what we do this week. I am hoping to run 66 to 67 miles this week, and I'm really hoping to kiss 10,000 feet of vert this week. So we'll see what we can do. Gotta get home, and I'll see you guys here when it's time to go on our next run. Wednesday, it is 4:30 p.m. exactly, and I'm here at my trailhead. Before we talk about today's run, last time I saw you, I was finishing up my run on Monday. Tuesdays are usually my rest day, so that's what I did yesterday. I rested. I made a huge mistake on Monday. Huge mistake. I went out and was like, I'll just wear a tank top. I got so sunburnt. My shoulders are freaking fried. And I had no idea until I was sitting at my desk yesterday and I went to scratch my shoulder for whatever reason. And I was like, oh my God, that feels like a sunburn. And so I went to the bathroom, took a peek, and sure is a sunburn. So learn from me, the sun is starting to get strong. Wear sunscreen, or be smart and wear a sun chaser hoodie with UPF 50, so you don't have to be thinking about applying sunscreen. You can just go out, run, enjoy yourself, which is what I usually do. Normally I don't really run trails in tank tops. I usually wear the sun chaser hoodie because it's just simple, easy, and I know I'm going to be out for a while. Eliminates the need to apply sunscreen on places like my shoulders. Little John G shout out before we get into today. So I just had to say that. So here we are today, Wednesday, and I am here to do another trail run. So today it's going to be a little bit more focused on hill work. So I have a few miles out on just some pretty easy groomed single track, and then I'll start kind of doing some hill work. So it's going to be 2 minutes on, 1 minute off, pretty much until I get to my turnaround point, and then we'll just run downhill and run back to the car. A lot of pretty much groomed trail for today. We're looking at 1,800 feet of climbing. We will be on some Forest Service roads, so not really anything too technical, anything too crazy as far as terrain goes. We're just going to start from the feet up as far as gear goes. So I'm wearing the La Sportiva Prodigio Pros on my feet. And I've actually been really enjoying these shoes, especially for speed workouts, but they have been rubbing a little bit on my big toe, in particular my left toe. I think my left foot's a little bit bigger than my right foot. I'm still trying to get used to them, still trying to break them in. So I have those on my feet. On the for my bottoms or my shorts, I have on the John G 4-inch trail short. I am going to be doing a handheld. Don't let me get ahead of myself right now, but I do want a phone pocket and just basically I want a phone pocket, so I'm not holding a handheld in my phone. So I have my key in my pocket as well as my AirPods in the shorts, which is really nice. I'm also going to shove a bandana, a trail necessity for me. And then on top, like I was saying, I have the John G Sun Chaser hoodie. It's not super sunny out today and it's not really it's not hot. It's 55 degrees, so it's going to be great running weather. But after that sunburn, I am not taking any risks. No, that was so stupid. And then I have on for the hat, one of John G's Trailbreaker hats. And then I have the Pit Viper Execs for my sunglasses, but I put the low vis lenses in there because it's not super bright out today, like I was saying. And then we have the handheld. So we have in the handheld just some nice cold water along with the DeWalter Melon Tailwind, which I have not tried this flavor before, but I am giving it a try today. Then in the actual pocket on the handheld, I have a Science and Sport isotonic gel in cherry flavor, and then I have a strawberry banana goo. We'll see what we need for today, but we're looking at about 10 miles and like I said, 1,800 feet of gain. So we're gonna go out, try to have some fun this afternoon. Like I said, it's about 4:30. I'm anticipating this will probably take about 2 hours or a little less. So without me rambling too much or overthinking this too much, let's go ahead and get this little workout started. Three miles in and the grind has begun. So we're just going to keep it rolling, keep it moving. Got about maybe 1,600 feet of climbing up right now, maybe 1,400, I don't know, but we're going to put our head down, get after it. But it's time to focus in and get the work done. We did it. Another run stronger. Now just 5 miles back to the car. Pretty chill. I'm gonna push some of the flats on this descent and some of the flats on the way back, but overall chill effort on the way back. Stoked. Wednesday night run done. I am really happy with how that went. Lately, my Wednesday runs, I've just been feeling a little maybe lacking energy, lacking motivation, but that was really awesome. Tonight, I think all of my gear was just perfect. The Sun Chaser hoodie felt perfect tonight. Whenever I do wear the handheld, or use the handheld, I do think it's really smart to like utilize the John G Trail Tight or the Pace Short. I think specifically like the Trail Short because the pockets are just really good and I can really stuff them full. But I really have come to love this handheld way more than I was expecting. I did just want to give you a rundown. So basically, I just hold it and it has this little cinch right here, and then I can just run with my hand like this, or I can wrap my thumb around it, so it really doesn't matter. But it does have this pocket. It's got a little front pocket, so I've put my key in there before. I put my garbage in there on a night like tonight. And then this pocket's pretty big. It can fit an iPhone Pro. It won't fit like a Pro Max phone, just so you know. So you can fit gummies in here, gels, tailwind, sachet, whatever, chapstick, key, sunscreen, whatever suits suits your fancy. But I've really come to love this. It's not as heavy as I had thought, but I've really come to love this for those mid-distance runs. Also, the Courtney DeWalter melon with lime tailwind flavor was, I actually really did enjoy that. That and the grape, so good. So all in all, a really great night. So see you guys when it's time to run next. I did want to say one more thing about the handheld. I'm so sorry. With it being like a hard shell water bottle, not a soft flask, there is a little bit of like sloshing noise with the water bottle. I mean, yeah, you'll maybe hear it, but I don't notice it after a while. And then secondary to that, I know with like the soft flask handheld, it's kind of nice because you can just like scrunch them up and put them in a pocket. But if I'm being honest, I've used the soft flasks handhelds in the past, and I honestly like have come to really appreciate, I don't know, having like a firm, hard, oh my God, having a hard shell water bottle for a handheld. There's something about it that I personally really appreciate. I don't know. I feel like unfortunately it's one of those things you got to mess around with and see what works for you and what doesn't. That has worked really well for me, which is why I really like it. I don't know, but wasn't expecting to like it as much as I did. It was on sale at REI, tried it out. Loved it. I thought of one more thing. I started driving away and I thought about this. So I really wanted to say, as far as the Prodigio Pros go, I really do enjoy the shoe. I really do like the bounce that they offer. I love the grip on single track. I feel like they are just such a good shoe. But my issue is like I said earlier, I mean, I put Aquaphor on my toes, but like that toe pad under my big toes, I don't know what it is, but it just rubs in these shoes. And you might be thinking, oh, you probably got a size too big. No, I promise you I did not. If I sized down even a half size, we would be running into like toenail issue territory. My toes, especially on descents, would be jamming into the front of that shoe. I've done it before. I've lived, I've learned. Will never get shoes that are too small. I would rather have them be too big anyways, but these shoes are not too big. They fit just right. So I don't know what it is. It's not my socks. Like I don't know. I don't know. But I thought I would just let you know those shoes were awesome for a run like tonight, especially on like smooth single track and that Forest Service Road. Putting in good hard work, I felt like it was just the perfect shoe. So I do enjoy them. Unfortunately, I just have been running into that issue with them. So just wanted to give you a little update on that. Okay, now I'm actually going to go home. Okay, see you tomorrow. All right, 5:37 Thursday. Here we are. One more day of work. This is usually the day of the week, the point in the week that the week catches up with me. I start feeling tired. The motivation starts getting low, but we're here, and basically I'm going to be doing just a very easy casual road run, and we're going to be doing 5 to 6 miles, just kind of depending how the body feels, keeping it chill, keeping it fun, just getting out and getting it done is the name of the game. So on my feet I have the Hoka Clifton 9s. I've actually really been enjoying these shoes for just casual road runs like this. Slower, no speed involved. They're just like a great recovery shoe for me. I've been really enjoying them. The cushy, the plush, it's just been delicious on a recovery day. For shorts, I have on the John G 5-inch pace short. I love these shorts. They do great on trail. They also do great on road runs, so I can put my phone in there as well as my key. And then finally on top, I have the Helix shirt from John G. It's about 57 degrees. We might get some moody weather out there. I don't know, but I'm not going to dawdle too much. We're just going to go get this run done. I do have a hat, so I'm going to throw this on. So I am going to wear this along with my low light lenses on my Pit Vipers. So that's what we got on. Going to throw the AirPods in, and I'll see you guys out there. Thursday run is done. 6 miles. Really chill pace, chill effort. My legs felt a little heavy at first on that, just from yesterday's workout. I mean, practically 2,000 feet of climbing with some good hard tempo effort in there. Yeah, I kind of expected that. I just took it really easy, and I have really come to appreciate my easy runs because it feels really mentally good to go out on a run and feel just like no pressure at all to work really hard, run really hard, perform, just literally getting out, getting fresh air and enjoying a run. It's just so refreshing. The Hokas felt good as expected. Hat worked out great. The sunglasses were perfect, especially with it being a little bit overcast. The Helix shirt from John G, it is great. It's just lightweight, breathable, feels nice. And of course the pace shorts, they're always always a superior choice in running shorts. So I will see you guys for the last run of the work week tomorrow. We have made it to Friday's run. It is late. I've been procrastinating. So it's been raining all day. It's much colder than it was yesterday. It's like probably in the 30s right now. And ideally, I am just going for just over 4 miles. I'm going to basically like a good little turnaround point and back. So I just got to get this done. In order to combat some of the rain we're dealing with, I am in the Rain Runner from John G. Under it, I have on the Run All Day long sleeve. I believe that's what it's called, but I absolutely love this long sleeve. It's super breathable, so it layers really nice with a lighter rain jacket like what I have on. I also throw on a balaclava over my neck. There's just one I got from a race event. I have a pair of Old Navy running tights on. Like, I've had these things forever. I think since, I had them before I moved to Colorado in 2017, so these are like a relic. For shoes, I have the Nike Windflow 9s on, and they are nothing fancy. It's like a cheap pair of running shoes. I have definitely put some miles in these, probably more miles than they needed to have on them. But if I'm being honest with you, sometimes I do get like a cheaper pair of running shoes, and they're by no means my favorite, but they kind of get the job done for me. I know the roads are probably going to be kind of crummy, so I'm like, I don't really care if these get dirty. I mean, I don't really care if any shoe gets dirty. Here we go. Let's go get this last weekday run done, and then we can just like be home for the night. Let's do this. Let's do it. Come on. I even threw a little hat on just because. Okay, here we go. Let's do this. 4 miles. Let's go. Friday night run, we got it done. 4.5 miles, pretty much. I'm just going to say 4.5 miles. So we are at 32 miles for the week, which is great. Probably could have gotten more miles in today, but I'm telling you, once Thursday rolls around, the rapid decline in my motivation it's something I got to work on, but we still got it done. I am soaked. Yeah, my leggings are soaked. It was like mist stained. Pretty much everything is wet. But the beanie was such a power move. I don't know how I would have done without that. Probably would have been good with gloves, although they probably would have gotten soaked, but I'm proud of myself. I got it done. That wasn't the most fun. Wish I had gotten more miles, but I'm not going to harp on it. Either way, we're going to get a good night of sleep, and I will see you guys in the morning to get this week's long run done. It is now Saturday, April 26th, and we are here for Long Run Saturday. We got a lot of rain last night. The trails are gonna probably be pretty wet, pretty muddy, but that's okay. That's all good. The plan for the day is to do like 22 miles. I'm going to be doing another car aid station today just to kind of keep me like mentally in it and have a good time. My plan is to just kind of do 2 loops. We're just trying to make it as fun as possible. I am 11 Saturdays out from the High Lonesome 100 and 2 weeks out from today from Quad Rock 25. Like many long runs of mine, the plan is to just keep a good consistent effort, fuel properly, and just mentally stay in it. If I'm being honest though, I have a ripping tension headache this morning, but we're here and we're just gonna get it done and just not think about the headache. So gear for the long run. So I used the Adventure Skin 12 from Solomon. This is the women's version. I know if you've watched my gear review, I've talked about it in the past. I don't know if I would actually do the women's pack again. I just don't really see any features on it for me personally that have been really beneficial. So in the main body of the bag, I have the John G Rain Runner jacket that I wore last night. It is dry. I did hang it up to dry, but this is just kind of my like light jacket in the event it does rain or if I get cold out there. I always pack a jacket. I then have some toilet paper, and then I carry a little external power source, a little backup battery with a charging cable for my phone. It'll also charge my Garmin InReach, which I have right here, which I am also putting in the body of the bag. I also have some gloves in here. I don't think I'll need them, but I do have gloves. Going out for the first loop, I have 2 600 milliliter of water, which is 20 fluid ounces on each bottle. I am going to put a BPN electrolyte into one of them. I don't know why I said electrolyte like that. My tried and true, I love these so much. The Science and Sport Beta Fuel Strawberry Lime. This is my favorite flavor. I love the texture of these. 40 grams of carbs, 160 calories. So I'm going to be testing out a few things. I'm going to be bringing, for this first loop, these are like my favorite goos, which is the strawberry banana goo. And then for the first lap, I'm going to be trying the Science and Sport Chews. I have not tried these yet. So I'm just going to pack those in there and we're going to see what we think. Like I said, I have not tried them, but we're just gonna see. So that's kind of it for nutrition. Let me go ahead. I'm gonna just put my bottles into the bag and I'll talk a little bit more about clothing and apparel here in just a moment. Okay, so for shoes, I am going to be wearing the Sullivan Speed Cross 5. These are great for muddy conditions, snowy conditions. I would say spring conditions. These are the shoes I'm going for. The lugs on them are massive, so they really will help give you the grip you need when you are running in spring conditions. Today I also have on the multi-short again. I know I wore them earlier in the week. And then on top, because it is a little bit cooler, I have the merino wool rover hoodie, subject to change when I make it back to the car. And I know I haven't actually talked about this during this video at all, but I do use the Garmin Fenix 7S Sapphire, Garmin Fenix Pro Solar Sapphire S. Last but not least, I am going to be wearing the Jonji Trail Breaker hat. I'm really hoping this headache is just like gone here soon because it's so uncomfortable. Ugh. We're gonna have some fun. We're gonna do this car aid station. I really enjoy it. So without further ado, let's go get on some trail. All right, forgot to mention I have the Pit Viper sunglasses on, and I also brought a little handkerchief. As per usual, had about 10 miles for this first lap loop, so hopefully my headache subsides. We'll see. All right, first major climb of the day is done. Oh, there's a fox. Hey, little fox. You're so cute. But as I was saying, first major climb of the day done. We're about 4 miles into this thing. I'm feeling better. The headache is still there. I just had to make it through that first climb, and now I'm feeling more like myself in the legs, at least. Just like my neck and my head, dude, are just slept weird, and here we are. But oh well, there's honestly no use in complaining. We're moving, we're grooving, and yeah, at 6 miles ish until we're back at the car. Completed loop number 1. It's just over 10 miles. It's also springtime now. It's warmed up quite a bit, so I'm actually going to change a few things. I'm going to change my top, and then I'm going to switch out the lenses in my sunglasses, grab some nutrition, refill my bottles, and hopefully we'll be getting out of here in the next 5 minutes or so. I'm swapping out the Speed Cross for my La Sportiva Prodigios. These are not the pros. These are just the regular old Prodigios. So I'm going to throw these on. A lot of the ground has already dried up. I'm sure I'll still run into some mud, but I'm going to swap those, the Speed Cross out, and then I'm going to put on some new socks. As far as nutrition goes, I'm going to be bringing one more Science and Sport Beta Fuel, and then I'm going to be trying 2 new gels, which is one of them is the Strawberry Banana Power Bar Power Gel. My friend Camille said that this is incredible and I should try it. And then we're giving the UCANs another try. This is vanilla latte, 75 milligrams of caffeine, and that's why I want to try it. I just want to see how my stomach does with 75 milligrams of caffeine. And then I'm also going to bring Precision 30-gram carb chew. Just got to fill up the water bottles and we're gonna get out of here. Alrighty, we are all restocked in the nice I think the nicest part about this is now that it is sunny and warm, both bottles are so cold because they've been in my little cooler this whole time. So we have some nice cold electrolytes and cold water. We got a nice cooler shirt on and an Uncrustable for the road. Here we probably have another 11 miles, 11 and a half miles. I don't know. Neck and head are feeling a little bit better, which is great. So let's just go get this done. I already feel so much better in this Sun Chaser hoodie. Rover hoodie, it was just too hot. And this has the cooling touch fabric, which is really nice, especially with a slight breeze. So glad I was able to change Uncrustable. Just about 16 miles in, so about 6 miles left. It's after 2:30. Feeling pretty good. Good consistent effort. Fueling's been going good. I tried the Power Bar Power Gel and the strawberry banana. I would say it's kind of reminiscent of a spring energy gel. I'm intrigued to try some other flavors, so not too bad. But we're kind of getting going on the last big climb of the day. Probably another 2 or 3 miles of climbing and then 2 or 3 undulating miles, and then we're back at the car. So far, so good. Mindset, we're staying in it. I don't know if it's the sun that's helping or what, but sticking with it. And Sun Chaser hoodie was such a good move. I would have been so hot in the Rover hoodie, and the multi-short is so nice and flowy. I switched to the Prodigios. I don't know, they're just a little bit more comfortable for a long run than perhaps the Speed Cross. Nothing on the Speed Cross. I kind of like them, but they're for kind of a specific reason. Like I said, just more so spring conditions. Just gonna try to chill, keep on getting fluids in, and get through this. Baby, let's freaking go. The long run is done. Oh, that was that was interesting. I think that's a good way to put it. Honestly, like, I mentally stayed in that. I didn't get ahead of myself. I didn't get frustrated at all. 22 miles, over 5,000 feet of gain. I'm not sure the last time I did an effort that big, long, or verti. So I'm really happy with it. Like I said, the Sun Chaser hoodie, switching into that was such a power move. The La Sportiva Prodigios did so good the second half of that. And I do have to give a shout out. The Speed Cross equally did awesome for the first half of that run. And then the Trail multi-short from John G. I love those shorts so much. They're so awesome on a really warm day like today. They just feel really nice and flowy versus wearing, you know, more of like a compression style short. So I'll see you guys tomorrow for Sunday's long run. I'll see you guys tomorrow. It's time for Sunday's run. I've been putting this off all day. Sundays I get so busy because usually, especially during like a week of training video when I'm filming that, and just honestly most weeks, I do most of my editing for YouTube because that's when I have the most free time and the most mental energy to devote to editing. So I've done a lot of editing today, and that's pretty much what I've been up to. So it's 6:30 right now, and I need to get out. I'm gonna do just over 10 miles to get my mileage in for the week. I would have loved to have gotten on trail today, but like I said, just been very busy. So I have the Circa Day t-shirt on top from John G. And first off, look at the pattern on the front is amazing, but the pattern on the back is just so cool. It kind of commemorates, I believe it was an artist in Morocco who did some of their first part of the spring drop, which is kind of like a henna design, which I think is just so cool, and I just love it so much. To kind of honor that theme, I have a pair of the multi-shorts on the bottom, but what's extra cool about these is they also have that kind of henna paisley pattern from that same artist in Morocco. So definitely go check it out. I think it's so beautiful. So shout out to John G and shout out to the artist in Morocco. So I'm gonna go out and get this done. Might get rained on, might not, I don't know, but we're gonna do it. Sunday, here we are. Let's go. I forgot to say I have the Hoka Clifton 9s on my feet for tonight's run. Good old cush after yesterday's long run. is done. Sunday run done, 11.6 miles. I was gonna do 10.6, but I really had it in my head that I wanted to hit 66 miles this week. So once I got to that point, I was like, you know what, screw it. We're gonna freaking get this week done, complete what we set out to do. So this is my second highest volume training week ever. Last year, the last week of May into June, I did 67 miles, 10,000 feet of elevation gain, and 11 hours on feet. This week I did 66 hours with 12 hours on feet and 9,700 feet of gain. So really stoked to be where I'm at. Really proud of the work I did this week, and just feeling really excited and motivated to see what I can accomplish over the next 10-ish weeks, 11, 10, 8, 9 weeks before we start tapering for High Lonesome. So really stoked on this. Also, I did want to say the Cliftons were really comfortable tonight. Same with the multi-short and the short sleeve I had on. Everything just felt so perfect. It was the perfect temperature, about, I don't know, maybe 60 degrees. Very windy going out, but just a beautiful evening. So everything worked out just beautifully. If you made it to this point in the video, you are a champ. Thank you so much for watching. I know it was a little bit of a longer style video, a little bit of a different style of a week of running, but hopefully you enjoyed it. Again, hopefully you found some pieces of gear that either piqued your interest or gave you some inspiration. Again, that was the point of this whole video, just to keep it fun, fresh, and a little bit different than just, you know, taking you through a standard week of training. So thank you so much to Jonji for partnering with me. Seriously, it is such an honor to work with them and to be able to wear and represent Jonji in my videos, as well as just out on the trail. Their running apparel is just so comfortable, well thought out, well engineered. So please don't forget to go click the link in the description and check them out. Again, thank you so much for watching. Please let me know some of your favorite gear apparels that maybe were mentioned in today's video or maybe weren't. I love hearing from you guys, so if you do take the time to write out a comment, thank you so much. I really appreciate you. Again, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Hope you get out on some trail today, and I will see you in my next adventure. Bye.